Well, would you look at that? Someone's accusing me of doing witchcraft on them again. I swear, all it takes is for me to mind my business, live my life, and suddenly I'm casting spells. Like, babe, if me just existing and sipping on my tea is that powerful to you, maybe you need to check what's going on your own life. Like, I get it. I have magnetic energy, strong vibes. People feel it. They don't know how to process it, so they freak out and they call it magic. But let me clear this up real quick. It's not. It's just alignment. You can call it how you want it. But when you're vibing high, when you're living freely and unapologetically in your truth, you tend to attract attention. People can't handle that kind of power when they haven't tapped into their own. And instead of looking for it within, they'd rather point fingers at me. Cute, right? The thing is, this isn't new. Anytime a woman, or anyone really, stands in their power and lives without apology, there's someone somewhere calling it witchcraft. It's been happening for centuries, and we're not doing anything to them, but somehow our energy just gets under their skin. And you know what that tells me? That they're not used to the kind of power we carry. They can't control what they don't understand. It's intimidating, but at the end, that's a them problem, not a me problem. And honestly, I'm flattered. They're shook just because I'm out here shining bright, living my best life, radiating love, peace, and confidence. If you think that's magic, well, let me tell you, it is, and I've been doing it since day one. This energy, my energy, it's divine, it's feminine, it's masculine, it's power, it's self-love, it's alignment with my highest self. And if that's what you want to call magic, then sure, I've been practicing since birth. But here's the truth. The real magic, it's with how we carry ourselves, the way we love ourselves, the way we pour into ourselves, the way we honor our spirits, the way we move through life with grace, with confidence. And if that's too much for some people to handle, well, maybe they should spend less time worrying about me and more time checking in with themselves. So, to anyone out there who's ever been called a witch or anything in between, or simply just had their energy misunderstood, just keep shining. Keep being magnetic. Let people say what they want, because in the end, it's not about them. It's about you, living in your truth. And that is more powerful than any spell they think that we're casting. So I do just want to say this to all the spiritual baddies and the OGs. Just keep vibing. We don't have anything to prove. There comes a point when you realize not every opinion deserves space in your mind. Not every word spoken about you needs to be absorbed. People will project their own fears, their own misunderstandings, and yes, even their own ignorance onto you, especially when you walk a path that they don't understand, especially when you carry knowledge that makes them uncomfortable. But here's the thing, that's never your burden to bear. When people speak negatively about things that they don't understand, whether it's your spiritual practices, your connection to God, or just the way you choose to live freely, you have to remind yourself, God is love. And love is interchangeable with so many things. It's grace, it's peace, it's wisdom, and above all, it's the truth that lives within you. And for every individual, that looks different. So when the noise gets too loud and their words feel like they're creeping into your energy, the first thing you do is pause. Center yourself. Ground yourself in who you are and what you know to be true. You don't need to defend yourself against ignorance. What you do need to do is call your power back. Start by saying, I call back my energy. I call back my power from anyone who has taken it without my permission. And really feel those words. Let them settle into your spirit and feel your energy return to you, whole, unbroken, and untouched by the projections of others. You are sovereign in your own spirit. No one else has the right to dictate who you are or how you connect with the divine or God. Now understand this. Those who are truly seeking God, those who know God for themselves, they don't fall victim to the words of naysayers. Why? Because they know who they are. And more than that, they know who they are in God. They've experienced God beyond the limits of human language, beyond the boxes of what others try to put them in. They understand that love, true unconditional love, will not be bound by fear or ignorance. When you walk in that truth, when you live in love, the words of others lose their power over you indefinitely. You don't have to shrink to make yourself uncomfortable to make them comfortable. And you definitely don't have to explain your spiritual practices to people who aren't willing to listen with open hearts nor understand where you're coming from. Their negativity, their fear is their problem, not yours. You're walking on a path of truth, love, enlightenment with God, and that in itself is a gift. So let those who misunderstand you, let them do that from a distance. You don't owe them access to your energy. You don't owe them explanations. What you owe yourself is to stay grounded in the knowing that God's love is limitless and you are held by it. So whenever you feel their projections creeping in, just breathe. Call your energy back. Say to yourself, I am love, I am peace, I am guided by God, I am guided by divine truth. And know that nothing, no word, no projection, no ignorance, no rumor, no smear campaign could take that away from you. God is love, and love is who you are. Let that be your shield, let that be your protection, and let that be your guide. I've been thinking a lot lately about how people try to tell us who we are. They judge us based on how we dress, how we move, what we say, and suddenly it's like we don't fit their idea of what a spiritual person should look like. They expect us to look the part, but the truth is, you don't need to look the part to be the part. Spirituality isn't something that you put on or wear like a costume. It's who you are at your core. And people who get caught up in appearances quite literally have just missed the point. And they're distractions, honestly, operating from their own insecurities and their shallow understanding or ignorance. And that's what it is, distractions. Because every human you meet is on some kind of assignment. Some people, they're here to destroy, to tear down anything that they don't understand. That's demonic energy, pure chaos. You see them trying to pull you into drama, making you doubt yourself, or attacking your character. They want you off your game. Then there are those people that are sent as karmic lessons. These people, they'll push your buttons, they'll bring up old wounds, they'll challenge you at every turn you can imagine. They're there to test you, to see if you've grown or if you'll keep repeating those same mistakes. But here's the thing. Once you learn the lesson, you don't have to keep going through the same cycles. You break free. And finally, there are those people that are here to just kind of remind us of our power. Those are the chosen ones, the people who reflect back to you your inner strength. When you meet them, you kind of feel like they've always been there or that they've been a part of you. They lift you up, they inspire you to stay on your path, and they remind you of who you really are. They're not distractions, they're allies. People might not realize this, but life, it's a war. There's people with different titles, witches, warlocks, wizards, high priestesses, prophets, ministers, and all of those labels are just that, just words. They're no different from religious titles. Think about it. A warlock or a wizard understands how to work with unseen forces, manipulate energy and intention. That's no different from a priest or a pastor praying for divine intervention. A witch or a high priestess, they're tapped into natural forces and they carry spiritual wisdom. What they use it for, different things, but compare that to a minister or a reverend. It's the same thing, different name, different rituals. Let that sink in. So it's all the same on a core level, and yet there's people that are quick to label one as good, the other as evil, one as nice, one as bad, simply because they don't understand it. They don't get it. But if you haven't heard this from anyone, let me be the first to tell you that their judgment 9 times out of 10, if not 10 times out of 10, is rooted in fear. Fear of what they can't control, fear of what they don't know. But we don't let that get the best of us. If you're someone who knows yourself, if you know what you're here to do, you don't need anybody's approval. You don't need to explain yourself. You stay committed to your path. So my advice, the next time someone comes at you with negativity, trying to throw you off balance, remember this: they're just another distraction. Some people are here to destroy, some are sent to teach, and some, they're sent to help you remember your own power. It's up to you to know the difference, and these different entities or these different people, they're just waiting on you to be able to tell the difference. They're going to do their job. Yours is dependent on you knowing that they're doing their job. So don't let those demonic, karmic energies get under your skin. The moment that you give them an emotional reaction, they've won, and we can't let them win. When you stay calm, you stay grounded, and you stay committed to your journey, that's you rising above it. That's you taking your power back. Remember, you're here for a purpose, so stay focused, stay aligned, and let the naysayers talk. You got bigger things to do. It's very, very important, especially in the year of 2024, to not let people's misconceptions or just their overall negativity throw you off from your journey. Only you are responsible for your personal salvation. You're here to cultivate wisdom through experiences, to build your strength, and through those trials and tribulations and even successes is to build your confidence, to build your self-assurance. Staying true to yourself requires that you listen to your inner voice. So if something feels like the right thing to do, or something has been calling for you to do it, get to it. Don't let anybody else have a say on what you feel to do. You're only delaying what's inevitable. And the more you delay it is the more chance it has to be painful when the gavel drops. So don't get caught up into those waves. Know what you're here to do and do it accordingly. With that, I will talk to you guys later.